Officers, crew, and personnel of the GTD Temeraire. We have established our presence in the N362 system, and surrounding space appears to be clear of hostiles. Our navigation computer has compensated for the gravitational influence from the neutron star. The crew of the GTC Duke has been transferred to the GTL Solace, and a temporary replacement crew for the cruiser has been assigned. Upon questioning of Captain Iwakura and Commander Tell, we have ascertained that there is a significant discrepancy between GTVA historical records and theirs. Our records show that the Lucifer was successfully destroyed in transit between Delta Serpentis. Captain Iwakura claimed to be from the Terran sleeper ship Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is a modified Orion-class destroyer that was under construction during the Great War. Upon losing contact with Earth in the First Fleet, the GTA began devising an operation to evacuate as many people as possible from contested systems. The Sanctuary was modified to support passengers in hibernation. However, her systems were mostly incomplete and vulnerable to Shivan attack. The remnants of GTA forces attempted a final incursion against Shivan forces, as the Sanctuary made her way from Delta Serpentis to N362, where interference from the neutron star would conceal her from Shivan scouts. The distraction succeeded, and the Sanctuary was able to pass through undetected. She has remained in the system to this day, waiting for the Shivans to leave. As far as her crew is aware, they are the only Terrans left alive in the entire galaxy. With such a discrepancy between our respective historical records, it can only be concluded that we have somehow reached an alternate universe to our own. If this is the case, then we are the first Terrans in history to have achieved interdimensional travel. While speculation on the phenomenon of alternate dimensions exists, actual travel between universes has remained unproven and unrecorded. The most likely time point of entry to this universe would be during our transit from Delta Serpentis to Sol. Engineering reported fluctuations in both the Orestes and the Temeraire's meson reactors when entering the portal. But as power integrity was not affected, it was deemed an isolated anomaly. Further studies will have to be undertaken to determine the nature of these fluctuations and how they relate to our current situation. We are also working on a solution regarding the return to our home universe. Contact with the Orestes is intermittent and sparse. Although we have dropped communication buoys throughout Ross-128 and Laramis, the vast distances require significant transit times for our transmissions. We have informed the Orestes of our findings, but it will take some time before we receive an answer. In the meantime, we are establishing a rendezvous with the sleeper ship Sanctuary. Captain Iwakura has informed us that the Sanctuary is based in the nebula surrounding the neutron star N362. The volatility of the nebula makes for an ideal hiding environment, but due to extreme gravitational forces, it is a forbidding and perilous place to navigate. Rear Admiral Carey, GTD Temeraire. Welcome to Quarterdeck, Commander. Although this space is usually reserved for squadron leaders, the importance of this mission necessitates that I brief you directly for your next sortie. Captain Iwakura has specifically requested you to join her in the N362 Nebula, so I have assigned you leadership over Alpha Wing in this mission. You and your wing are to follow Captain Iwakura into the nebula as part of an expeditionary force. We cannot risk sending any of our capital ships in due to the intense gravitational forces within the nebula. The shielding of your fighters should be sufficient to protect your hull from the gravitational pull for a short while. Captain Iwakura will have situational command of this sortie. Keep within visual range of Captain Iwakura's fighter, and maintain your shield integrity at all times. Flight Deck has prepared a wing of Aurora fighters. The sensor module on the fighter will give you extended sensor capabilities within the nebula, giving you an advantage should there be any hostile contact. Welcome to Quarterdeck. Choose wingmen that you trust, Commander. Your wing is going to be first contact to the Sanctuary, and I expect each one of you to act appropriately as ambassadors of the GTVA.
We're in Timuret. The area is highly ionized. Severe gravitational eddies exist in all directions.
Well, I'm glad we managed to all jump into the same place.
Wow. How anyone could stay in a place like this is beyond my understanding.
This has been the home of our people for 50 years, Alpha Wing. We have been given little choice.
How long have you been serving the Sanctuary, Captain?
All my life, Alpha One. Commander Tal and I are both children of Great War veterans. We are two of the very few qualified pilots on board the Sanctuary.
How many pilots? 2? 3 squadrons?
We have not your squadrons of fighters, Edson. We've been out here without logistical support for the past 5 decades.
We've had to cannibalize every fighter we had for parts and repairs. Our Apollos and Vogues were used along within the first 2 years. Now we have a hodgepodge of fine fighters who no longer resemble their original selves.
Did you see that? Unknown contact passed by about 20 meters from my position.
Negative, Commander. I didn't see anything.
Me neither.
The nebula is full of phantom ships, Alpha One. Some on the Sanctuary have gone mad from their visions. They are the ones we put back into cryogenic stream until the nightmares subside.
Phantom ships?
I have never seen them myself. Some people claim that they are the result of psychosis. We've had psychologists study the effects of the nebula on the human brain ever since we came here.
Bunch of rumors and hallucinations. We've been scouting the nebula for years and have come across naught but achievements.
We are coming up to our rendezvous position. ETA around 1 minute.
Picking up energy signatures up ahead. Captain, the Sanctuary is hailing us.
This is the Sanctuary. To all fighters, recall. We're under attack by a Shivan force. Multiple fighter and bomber wings.
Sanctuary, this is Captain Iwakura. We have reached your position, scrambling to help. All wings, protect the Sanctuary.
Captain, it's good fortune that you have arrived as you did. We're not going to last long against these bombers. dock with Captain Iwakura. Are those Terran fighters?
Affirmative. Sanctuary Control. We have finally made contact with a Terran presence outside our own. This is Commander Bay of the GTVA 14th Battle Group.
Greetings, Sanctuary Control. I come on behalf of the GTVA to establish contact with your forces for our mutual benefit and safety. I ask permission to come aboard and meet with your commanding officer.
Permission granted, Commander. Proceed to dock with the fighter bay, and quickly. More Shivan forces are imminent.
We are honored by your presence, pilots of the GTVA. Welcome to the Sanctuary, the last refuge of our people and our final hope for survival. We have already heard from Captain Iwakura about your origins and your ships. While the circumstances of our meeting are certainly strange, it is no less welcome for that. We will establish communications with your command ship and initiate preparations for evacuating the nebula. It will not be long before the Shivans arrive in greater force, and we need to be away from the system before this happens. Thanks to your presence, our spark of hope has grown.
This is Temeraire Control. Scans read the area as secure. We are ready to receive you, Admiral. We copy Temeraire Control. The Admiral's shuttle is launching now.
Corey, Taylor, take up escort positions around the Admiral's shuttle.
I don't see the point of this ceremony. Shivans could be back at any moment. Why are we wasting time on this?
Doesn't the word tradition mean anything to you, Taylor? This is the standard GTVA procedure for initiating diplomatic contact with a new faction. We've always been doing this.
Standard GTVA procedure? There is no GTVA. The GTVA is all the way in some parallel universe that we can't get to.
The GTVA is here too, Taylor. The GTVA exists wherever there is a ship that acts in the service of the Alliance. The GTVA existed in the nebula beyond Gamma Draconis. The GTVA existed in the space beyond the second Gnosis. When we came over to this universe, we brought the GTVA over with us. This includes its traditions, its mission, its ideals, and its history. This also includes this ceremony.
Sir, do you really believe that? Lost in some alternate universe, far away from home and family. Ceremonies like this are still important?
I do, Taylor. And I believe that all the ideals we were taught while serving the GTVA are going to get us through all this.
You should feel honored, pilots of the GTVA. Who else would be given an invitation to fly honor guard for an admiral from another universe?
Now that alone would make this a special occasion.
The invitation was the very least the Admiral could do. After all, you defended the Sanctuary from a Shivan attack with bravery and skill. I'm surprised she didn't award you an Order of Galatea.
You see, Taylor, this universe isn't so different after all. We share some similarities in the way Command awards its pilots.
Or doesn't, as the case may be.
I believe I'm going to enjoy serving with your GTVA. Is every pilot wing like yours, Commander Bay?
Corey and Taylor are pretty unique, I admit, but I'd trust them to watch my back any time.
Well, as far as leaders go, Commander, you're not all that bad either.
Amazing. Your ships truly are as beautiful as that what Kira has told.
You can thank the Vasudans for that. They've been instrumental in designing our current generation of ships since the second Shivan incursion.
Plus, this is only about half the power we brought with us. Wait until you see the Orestes.
The Admiral is on board, Alpha Wing. Dock with the Temeraire for your debriefing. And welcome back.
Welcome back to the Temeraire, Alpha Wing. From what I've heard from Rear Admiral Carey, she's been rather impressed with the manner by which you conducted yourself in your ambassadorial position. I think you can expect to serve more unofficial first contact sorties in the near future if you keep this up. Everyone on board is excited to hear about our contact with the Sanctuary. First negotiations are underway, so we should be able to get a better understanding of this universe and how things work here. In the meantime, the Admiral's authorized you to either sit in at the negotiations or take a rest, whichever you feel is best. I'm sure we'll hear about the results soon enough anyway.
We have made first contact with the Sanctuary and have begun her integration with our battle group. She has undergone minor repairs with the assistance of the logistics ship Solace, but for the most part has successfully maintained hull and systems integrity. Inspection by the Solace's engineers has revealed the Sanctuary to be fully self-reliant and self-sufficient. Modified dust intakes collect nebula gas, and there's a full fuel processing facility aboard the ship. Moreover, the Sanctuary holds tens of thousands of Great War refugees in cryogenic suspension, waiting for the day that humankind could claim another planet as home. Upon hearing of our origins, Admiral Nishiev has made her intentions clear regarding the future of the ship and her passengers. The Admiral and her crew wish to follow us back to our home universe, where humanity has not been destroyed by the Shivans, and where mankind still has a home among the stars. Although we have, at present, no means or understanding of how to return to our universe, I have accepted the request of the Sanctuary's crew to accompany us. From a humanitarian perspective, we cannot condemn these refugees to a life in hiding, waiting for the Shivans to determine their fate. Nor can we deny ourselves the company of what is likely to be the only remaining human presence in these systems. The destruction of the SD Chiton appears to have captured the attention of Shivan forces in Laramis. Shivan activity has intensified within N362, and reconnaissance reports a large number of Shivan warships entering the system from the Laramis jump node. A number of Shivan warships are based at the node, preventing any ship from leaving the system. This presents us with a tactical difficulty. The blockade is of sufficient strength to challenge our warships, and without the help of the Orestes battle group, we cannot guarantee the survival of our ships if we attempt to break through. Communications difficulties prevent us from coordinating an assault with the Orestes. There is also no way to tell if a similar blockade is being set up on the far side of the node, in the Laramis system. This has significantly limited our strategic options, and time is growing short. Fortunately, there exists an alternative exit strategy. Navigation logs were downloaded from the Duke's computer to ascertain the final destination of the possessed cruiser. Reconnaissance at those coordinates revealed a striking find, a Knossos artifact. This is the only knowledge that we have had of a Knossos portal in this system, although it has been theorized that several unstable subspace nodes must exist, due to the intense gravitational forces exerted by the N362 star. The portal appears to have been only recently activated, most likely by a communication from the Duke once it had arrived in the system. The activation of the portal might also account for the increased Shivan activity. Though we have no idea where the portal leads, it presents a more attractive target than running blockades in Shivan-contested systems. I have ordered our ships to make for the portal. To maximize our chances of success, the Temeraire will be making a diversionary attack at the Laramis node in an effort to draw Shivan forces away from the rest of the battle group. Although the Temeraire was designed for rear-line operations, she is still a formidable offensive platform, and the most powerful warship we have available. Our onboard mounted torpedo launchers should also give us a tactical advantage over Shivan capital ships, so long as we outrange their main beam cannons. We have yet to regain contact with the GTD Orestes. We have no idea as to the status of the destroyer, and can only assume that we make this journey alone. Should our fortunes turn against us today, keep with you this affirmation. I have been honored to serve with you all, and I have no doubt in my mind that the Temeraire is home to the finest crew in the GTVA. Godspeed. Rear Admiral Carey, GTD Temeraire.
All right, 56th. We've got our backs up against the wall with nowhere to run. We've been cut off from the Orestes battle group and have been forced into making a run for the Knossos portal. The Shivans are moving into this system like flies onto a corpse, and there's precious little time to prepare.
Temeraire Control, we're in. I've got a visual on the Knossos portal. 2 cruisers and 2 wings of Mars are in the area.
All fighters, form up on me. Engage targets at my command.
56th, be advised, the Duke will be jumping in momentarily. Neutralize as many targets as you are able before she arrives.
Delta Wing standing by for bomber support. Alpha 1, call us in at your discretion.
All mirrors are down, sir. Now targeting the cruisers.
GTC Duke has arrived in the area. We're making our way to the portal.
Temeraire here. We've engaged a Ravana destroyer at the Laramis node. We're taking losses, but we've got the upper hand. So far.
Lakshmi Wing is targeting us. Send some fighters to break their attack. This is the Duke. Our repairs won't hold up much longer. We need more cover if we're going to make it.
One of the cruisers is down. Good work, people.